Man, that is just ridiculously fun to do. Hello everyone, you seem to enjoy that last video where I hung out in practice mode and learned about Lei, and I really enjoyed making that as well. I kind of do that often, go into practice mode and just look at random stuff, and I've been thinking lately that I should turn my microphone on more often. Now, today I wanted to have a look at Maven, and specifically her combo game. Now this is one of my favorite character designs in the game, despite the fact that I don't actually play this character myself. I probably should. I probably will. Maybe after I make this video, I'll take her online and play her for the first time in a real match. But it's just a real joy to just look at and manipulate this character in practice mode. Her combos are so technical and so fun. And there's a lot of cool stuff to find. So she's known for being a combo heavy character, and she can do many hits and really high damage in her combos. But what I didn't know is that in Season 3, her combo game actually changed dramatically. She has all kinds of crazy new tools that she can use, and because I don't play her myself and you almost never get to play against her, I didn't know about any of them. So I've been learning today and having a lot of fun, and I thought I'd share. Before I do that, though, I want to give a shout out because I found many of these things thanks to a fellow YouTuber. His name is Halsho Zagana. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but it's H-A-L-S-H-O and then Zagana with a Z. He has a great little channel where he talks about technical stuff like how to use Gonryu's parry properly and stuff like that. And I really want to encourage him to make more videos because they're very good. So consider subscribing to him. Now, I think there are three main new tools that you use to construct your combos with this character that have changed how they work. The first one I want to talk about is this forward 1+2 spin move that you saw me use in the beginning. She's always had this move, but it was recently turned into a spin move, and it works really well and consistently, specifically when in tandem with her one jab. And you do use one jabs in combos with Raven because you can use them to float after forward 3, which is this very powerful launcher and basically your main combo filler tool with the characters. You can get these really consistent, nice high damage spins, and typically after jabbing the opponent in the air. So really great, and then you can do whatever you want for the ender. But we should talk about enders next, because traditionally with this character you have this surf ender, which is high damage but is kind of inconsistent, sometimes doesn't work the way it's supposed to in long combos or off axis, and that's annoying because if you look at Shaheen, for example, he has something similar that works extremely consistently and he can get that great high combo damage. Other options that she would use would be like a 4-4-3 into a 4-4-4. It's the old sort of classic max damage option. And she would use forward 2-3 or 4-1. 4-1 specifically for wall carry with back turn, and then you can use back turn options for your wall combo. But her new option is so much better than all of this, at least in terms of damage, that it's basically the optimal damage ender for every combo in the open. And it's up forward 3+4, 3+4 with a delay. This is one of those great moves that I love in Tekken combos that will allow you for a soft reset at the end of your combo. I love these, whether it's the no exceptions from Negan or the cyclone kicks from Lei or excavator from Gigas. It's just great because when you're practicing combos, you stand at a 90-degree angle like this in the open and you practice them, but in a real match you're going to be like in this situation, off axis, the wall is in the mix, the corner is in the mix, and in those situations if you're able to spin early, for example with your great new spin move, and you can do an ender that shores up the damage with a massive hit at the end of unscaled damage. It just allows you for a lot more creative, conversions that still lead to good damage. So we've been spinning with the new forward 1+2 so far, but if we do a slightly longer combo off of the knee, something that you can do is, for example, this. So look at that, that's 68, and you get 12, which is a massive chunk for the final hit of a combo at the end, for a total of 80 damage off of this really consistent, fast, and easy to use launcher. So that's massive, massive damage thanks to this new ender, and that 12 damage is so high, really, that you can spin crazy early with this character right now and still get good damage. Look at this combo, for example. Let's just do something really short here. Delayed a little bit more. Okay, look at that. That's like a tiny combo, basically no hits at all. So it looks like almost a wasted launch, but you get 58 plus 12 for a total of 70 damage off of like nothing. Super easy to do. And this new Ender is just a massive, massive buff to her combo damage game overall. It's really great. Sometimes it will feel inconsistent, like it's going through the opponent, but in those cases I find you can make it consistent just by dashing a little bit deeper, a little bit faster. If you're closer, faster to the opponent, it becomes really consistent, and it's just a great, great move overall. It's her hop kick, you know, for other combos as well. So that's amazing, and what I recommend for any combo that doesn't use the wall. Now, another Ender that she has, and a completely new move, the only real completely new move that she has, is this crouch dash 1-2. She's always had the 1, which is like a really cool counter hit launcher, like that. But this 2 extension is a completely new move, and it's meant to be used specifically for wall carry. It does good damage, but the wall carry of this move is fantastic. I mean, really great. So if we try and get like maximum wall carry, maybe with the combo we were doing earlier. Look at that. 72, so really good damage, and look how far we've carried the opponent, almost wall to wall on this really big stage. It's not quite Julia level wall carry, but it's like up there with some of the best in the game. This is another great little Ender that you can use for getting those really nice high wall spots. It's kind of an area where she struggled before, where she would do stuff like this, which is kind of awkward. She wanted one of those moves where you can send the opponent really high, sort of diagonally, and get those great wall carries and conversions. So really cool stuff. I really love it. I mean, comboing with this character in general is just hilarious right now. You can really double up on these knees thanks to the new spin move. I mean, look at that. But it also, you can tell right there that her combos tend to wear off in different directions. They have like a little bit of twist to them and screw with the angle of the combo, and that changes depending on how fast you're doing your 443s. And it's you need to get them out fast, but sometimes not too fast. It's kind of sensitive, and so it's something to get used when you're comboing with the character. This is like the key move to pretty much everything, I think. Now I want to talk about another combo that I found that is completely new as far as I know, and really cool. It involves using your back turn back to 4 as a conversion, or wall conversion and damage ender tool. It's really great, but I want to mention why I think people tend not to play this character. I mean, she looks amazing, she's obviously fun, not super high tier necessarily, but I think what tends to intimidate a lot of people is the fact that with many of her standard tools, she tends to force herself into back turn, and that can be uncomfortable if you don't know what to do, because you can't really block here. You need to make a decision quickly, and many people have told me, for example, how they felt very uncomfortable with Zafina in the beginning because she goes into these vulnerable stances and they can't, you know, block right away and do stuff like that. So with Raven, some of your most standard and best launchers, apart from this knee, like her down forward 2 and her crouch dash 4, will go into back turn, and they force you to combo off of back turn and stuff like that. So I think if you're just willing to spend some time getting used to her back turn and utilizing this new and amazing power crush that she has here to create, you know, a lot of safety, opponents aren't going to be willing to swing into back turn as much when you have an armor move for a knockdown here that gives guaranteed follow-ups. By the way, it's really good. I think that you can actually pick this character up quite quickly. I mean, the most difficult part is doing the long combos, honestly. But she has a new great option for combos when she does these back turn launchers, the down forward 2 and the crouch dash 4. And it looks like this. Let's see if we can perform it. I've just practiced it a little bit. There we go. Really cool. I love doing that combo. And that is, despite the ender not looking huge, it's pretty much optimal damage here for this version of the combo, at least. You can get higher damage if you spin early and use your new combo ender in the shape of this. But really consistent and great combo. So what I'm doing here is I'm launching, and then I'm doing back turn back 3 for that spin. And then the hard part becomes doing manual back turn, which is back 3 plus 4 to turn around really quickly, and then doing a deep knee to carry the opponent back up. But if you're able to stick that, and you do it fast enough that the, like I mentioned earlier, the angle doesn't start wearing off to the side, it's actually going to hit really consistently. But You can do other options for these launchers where you use your new spin move, this, and then you damage Ender if you want to, and you can still get really good damage. Needed to dash a little bit deeper there. One more time. There we go, and that's 70 damage as opposed to the 68 that we got earlier. So you have a bunch of options, really fun to do, but it does take quite a bit of practice to get used to this character's combos. Another thing I just want to mention, because I think it's a question that Raven players tend to get a lot, it's something that is sort of poorly understood. I've made a video about it before, but it's the Atilda inputs, and specifically the Atilda cartwheel into the most of the time guaranteed back turn 1+2 for 20 damage unscaled on the ground. Very important, because it's the only way to get really good damage with some of her launchers. So an Atilda input in this game is when you press not 3 and then 4, but sort of 3 and 4, not at the same time, but only slightly after one another. And the perfect way of learning that is using this character and this cartwheel. If you listen to the sound cue of this cartwheel right now, you can hear that it's actually the sound cue of the 443. It's the yell that she does when she does this move. So this move is actually activating and starting to animate, but then I press the 4, and if I do that with the proper timing, the knee is going to be cancelled into the cartwheel. So in a weird way, you're cancelling a forward move with an Atilda input. And if you do that really deep and you hit the opponent in the right way, when they are on the ground, and it's sort of angle dependent, but for the most part, you're going to be able to get these unscaled 20 damage hits. And so, for example, she has this low launcher, one of the few low launchers in the game that I think is genuinely useful, you know, not just like a big Unga Bunga style snake edge. She can actually mix this and stuff like that, but you can do a very simple new combo like this. Look at that, and you get 60 plus damage. She used to do this kind of clutch 4-4-4 here, and spin like this, which you can still do as far as I know. Should work just fine. Yeah. Still looks nice and consistent, so there you go. But yeah, so that's another really cool thing, and another way that you can get that really nice sort of high damage unscaled hit at the end of her combos with the character. Did she used to have counter properties on this? I can't remember. But it's really fantastic. You can get massive damage off of this right now. Look at that, yeah. This low is just fantastic, you know, it's her full crouch mix-up. Of course, you have a 14 frame while standing launcher with the character as well. And unlike, you know, Miguel and other characters that have those fast launchers, it's not crappy, it's actually, like, massively powerful. And if you do that Ender properly, I was messing it up there, you can probably get really consistent damage. Let's try, what about this? If this works, it's going to be massive. Oh god. Okay, there you go. That probably works. Yeah, it does. That's what, 74 off of a 14 frame while standing one. Fantastic. So you can see I just found something that I didn't even know existed. Taking apart and snapping together these fascinating Lego blocks that her combo game consists of. And then you have, you know, all the crazy teleports and all the other really fun stuff. I love this thing. I wish you could use this in combos because it's so cool. The way she disappears and comes back. But that's mainly what I wanted to talk about in this video. I'm just having a lot of fun, you know, having my morning coffee and messing around in practice mode with one of my favorite characters. Do you think I should play this character? Maybe I should try her out. Maybe I will actually. We'll see what happens. But let me know if there's anything else you would like for me to check out in these videos where we're kind of labbing stuff together. Another great part of doing videos like this is that you guys always teach me many cool things in the comments, and I really appreciate that. So those brave few of you out there who actually play Raven, check in with me in the comments and like give me more tips and tricks for things I could try out, because I'm just having a lot of fun with this character. But thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'll see you again very soon.